What is happening, Pump Talk Nation? Get ready because the news cycle is absolutely exploding, and we've got the inside scoop you won't find anywhere else. The pace is relentless, the stakes are higher than ever, and if you're not plugged in right now, you're missing out on the biggest stories shaping our world. We're diving headfirst into the drama, the decisions, and the shocking twists that are dominating headlines. We've got major developments, crucial eliminations, and strategic masterclasses that have everyone talking. First up, the game is heating up as Week 8 of Big Brother 27 delivered a vote that was nothing short of tense. After days of intense campaigning and a major shakeup thanks to the veto, house guests cast their ballots, and one player saw their game come to a stunning end. The fallout is immediate as the remaining players regroup, and you won't believe who is out and who is still in the running for that ultimate prize. Then, we're diving deeper into the aftermath of that pivotal eviction. Who was nominated? Who used the veto, and who became the replacement nominee? We've got all the details on the confrontations, the shifting alliances, and the blindsides that left one houseguest completely stunned. This was the moment that officially closed the door on the pre-jury phase, and the implications are massive for everyone still inside. And that's not all. We're also breaking down a crucial conversation where a houseguest's usual tactics of pleading and promises hit a wall with the new head of household. Doubts are high, trust is broken, and a strategic game is being played where accountability is the name of the game. Will tears be enough this time? We'll tell you what happened and who is now squarely in the crosshairs. Don't blink, don't look away, you need to see this. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a beat. Let's get into it. The game's ultimate test, who fell in Week 8. This week in Big Brother 27 was a pressure cooker, culminating in the season's most nail-biting vote yet, officially closing the book on the pre-jury phase and propelling the remaining contestants into the coveted jury. Following a period of intense campaigning and a significant power of veto twist that forced houseguests to scramble and reevaluate their alliances, the votes were cast. The result? Another hopeful saw their game abruptly end, marking a critical turning point as the remaining players braced themselves for the next head of household competition. The drama unfolded within the themed Hotel Mystère, where head of household Keanu Soto, nicknamed the Dungeon Master from Miami, made some bold moves. On September 1, 2025, Keanu secured his first head of household title in a fast-paced memory challenge, narrowly defeating Kelly after outlasting Will, Mickey, and Rachel. This victory immediately fractured the dominant judges' alliance, setting the stage for a tumultuous week. Keanu wasted no time in making his nominations, placing Morgan Pope, his primary target, alongside Vince Panero and Mickey Lee on the block. This move sent shockwaves through the house, targeting 3 strong players simultaneously. The situation became even more complex during the Power of Veto ceremony on September 1, 2025. Morgan successfully used the veto to save herself, forcing Keanu to name a replacement nominee. He chose Ashley Hollis, leading to the final nominees being Ashley Hollis, Mickey Lee, and Vince Panero. The live eviction episode, aired on September 4, 2025, saw houseguests facing the decision of who would be the final pre-juror. In a surprising turn of events, Mickey Lee was evicted by a commanding 6-1 vote. Mickey later revealed in her exit interview that she had intentionally thrown the Forensic Frenzy blockbuster challenge to protect her ally Vince, as part of a pact with her alliance members Vince and Morgan, known as the Melting Pot. Despite this strategic move, she received only 1 vote to stay, becoming the last houseguest eliminated before the jury phase officially began. With Mickey's departure, the house is now focused on upcoming competitions, particularly the next head of household and veto, to determine the future trajectory of the game. Alliances are in flux, and the question remains, will Vince stick with Keanu, or will he forge new connections? Can Morgan leverage her veto save to solidify her position? One thing is certain. Week 9 promises more upheaval and drama as the jury phase intensifies. Fans are buzzing about the strategic plays and the alliances that are constantly shifting. Many are debating whether Mickey's decision to throw the challenge was the right move, given the outcome. But the twists in the game don't stop there. Stay tuned as we break down the intense fallout from Ashley's nomination and the surprising choices made. Next, we're diving into the heated confrontations and the strategic decisions that led to Mickey's shocking exit. Pre-jury's end, Ashley survives Mickey ousted. The September 4th episode of Big Brother 27 was a pivotal moment, marking the official conclusion of the pre-jury phase with a dramatic eviction that reshaped the game's landscape. Following head of household Keanu Soto's reign, which saw intense confrontations and shifting alliances, Ashley Hollis, Vince Panero, and Mickey Lee found themselves on the chopping block. The tension escalated when Morgan Pope secured her safety using the power of veto, leaving Keanu with a difficult decision. Instead of targeting Rachel Riley, as some anticipated, Keanu nominated Ashley Hollis, Rachel's closest confidant. This move immediately intensified existing friction, with Ashley and Rachel confronting Keanu, labeling him arrogant and disrespectful. Despite the heated exchange, Ashley maintained a sense of security, but her nomination set the stage for the week's significant drama. During Thursday's eviction episode, the three nominees, Vince, Ashley, and Mickey, participated in the blockbuster competition. This challenge, set within a swirling wind chamber, required contestants to collect DNA balls in a specific sequence. Vince Panero emerged victorious, clinching his safety and guaranteeing his advancement to the jury phase. With Vince safe, the decision rested between Ashley and Mickey. Despite Mickey's efforts to rally support and navigate shifting alliances, her campaign ultimately fell short. Rachel Riley, Will Williams, Kelly Jorgensen, Lauren Doming, Morgan Pope, and Ava Pearl all voted to evict Mickey. Vince cast the lone vote to send Ashley home. By a decisive 6-1 vote, Mickey Lee was blindsided and became the final pre-juror of the season. In her post-eviction interview with Julie Chen Moons, Mickey expressed her surprise, admitting she believed she had secured enough votes to remain in the game. She cited Will as her biggest source of betrayal, noting his flip as a key factor. Mickey also suggested that the house guests opted to save Ashley due to her close relationship with Rachel. Furthermore, she revealed that she might have intentionally thrown the competition to Vince, operating under the assumption that it would benefit both of them. Julie Chen Moons then informed the remaining house guests, Ashley Hollis, Rachel Riley, Vince Panero, and Keanu Soto, that they had officially reached the jury. The episode concluded with the reappearance of the mastermind, hinting at a new twist connected to the enigmatic White Locust Resort. As Ashley survived her nomination, the animosity between her and Keanu is expected to continue as the game progresses into its jury stage. The audience is keenly following the dynamics between Ashley and Rachel, and how Keanu's HOH reign will impact future nominations. But the strategic plays and broken trust don't end there. We're about to explore a tense conversation that highlights a major shift in alliances. Next, we'll uncover how one house guest's usual tactics are no longer working with the new head of household. Tears don't work. Vince's plea falls flat with new HOH. In a significant shift of power dynamics within Big Brother 27, Vince's long-standing strategy of using tearful apologies and earnest promises to navigate the game has met its match with a head of household unwilling to be swayed. During a private discussion, Vince made a direct plea to the new HOH, begging not to be nominated and promising that he would refrain from using the power of veto to save Morgan if she were to be placed on the block. However, the HOH pushed back, citing a pattern of broken trust and unfulfilled promises that Vince has demonstrated throughout the season. The conversation took a critical turn when the HOH directly confronted Vince, stating, "You have already burned me 3 times." When Vince continued his appeals, the HOH laid down a clear boundary. "I don't need you to beg, I need you to win." Vince's admission that he might not be capable of winning competitions only served to deepen the HOH's doubts about his loyalty and value as an ally. Vince reiterated his pledge not to use the veto on Morgan if granted safety, but the HOH openly questioned the sincerity of this promise. This hesitation stems from past experiences where Vince's assurances have not materialized. The HOH expressed reluctance to risk a 4th instance of being burned while holding the power. In a private confessional, the HOH elaborated on this sentiment, explaining that while they had previously forgiven Vince after mistakes and emotional outbursts, this time was different. The empathy that had previously served Vince well appeared to have evaporated, replaced by a focus on accountability and consequences. Vince, clearly believing that a nomination would signal the end of his game, continued to plead, expressing disbelief that the current HOH would be the one to put him up. Meanwhile, Morgan remained a significant factor in the HOH's deliberations. The HOH perceived Vince as the only person who might actually choose to use a veto on Morgan, despite Vince's denials. This single element of potential risk kept Vince firmly in the HOH's sights as a potential target. The core issue is clear. Vince's strategy of seeking sympathy through emotional appeals seems to be ineffective against this particular head of household. The prevailing mood in the house has shifted from one of forgiveness to a demand for tangible proof of loyalty and capability. If Vince cannot secure his own safety through competition wins, he must find alternative ways to secure votes, or, more importantly, finally demonstrate the unwavering loyalty he consistently promises. Regardless of the path forward, the era of Vince using tears to buy himself more time in the game appears to be over. Viewers are debating whether Vince can adapt his strategy, or if this marks the beginning of his downfall. This intense HOH decision sets the stage for future nominations and potential blindsides. Will Vince find a way to survive? Next, we're revisiting the dramatic eviction that officially closed the pre-jury chapter of the season. Mickey's exit, the end of an era and a new twist looms. The live eviction episode of Big Brother 27 on September 4, 2025, was a watershed moment, signaling the conclusion of the pre-jury phase with the unexpected departure of Mickey Lee, capping off a week fraught with conflict and shifting loyalties. The week was largely defined by the strategic tightrope walked by head of household Keanu Soto. After Morgan Pope successfully utilized the power of veto to save herself, Keanu was left to name replacement nominees. He ultimately put Ashley Hollis on the block alongside Vince Panero and Mickey Lee. This decision ignited fiery exchanges, with Ashley and Rachel wryly escalating their accusations against Keanu, branding him as arrogant and disrespectful. Even Ava Pearl found herself drawn into the arguments, though she strategically maintained a distance from the core conflict. Rachel openly declared her alliance with Keanu dissolved, while Ashley and Rachel focused on consolidating their own support base. Concurrently, Mickey was actively campaigning for votes, reaching out to houseguests like Kelly Jorgensen, Morgan Pope, and Will Williams in a bid to secure her safety. The Forensic Frenzy blockbuster competition presented a unique challenge. Houseguests had to navigate a swirling wind chamber to collect DNA balls in the correct sequence. Vince demonstrated exceptional skill and dominated the competition, winning his safety and securing his position as the first member of the jury. This victory left Ashley and Mickey in a precarious position heading into the live vote. When the votes were tallied, Mickey was evicted by a significant 6-1 margin. Vince remained loyal to his earlier commitments, casting the sole vote to evict Ashley. Mickey, visibly stunned by the outcome, shared with host Julie Chen-Moons that she had been led to believe she had the votes to stay. She later confided that she felt most betrayed by Will Williams, a longtime ally whose vote ultimately flipped. Mickey's eviction marked the end of a tumultuous run in the game. Despite holding significant power early in the season, she gradually found herself on the periphery, relying on crucial competition wins to survive until her luck finally ran out. With Mickey's exit, the remaining contestants officially entered the jury phase of Big Brother 27. Adding to the intrigue, the episode also teased an upcoming twist, with the mysterious White Locust Resort poised to further disrupt the game dynamics. Fans will need to tune in to Sunday's episode to discover who will emerge as the next head of household and what new strategies will unfold. Fans are dissecting Will's vote flip and Mickey's strategy, with many debating if she could have played differently to survive. This dramatic conclusion to the pre-jury phase sets the stage for intense jury competitions and alliances. What comes next is anyone's guess. And that's a wrap on our Big Brother 27 updates for now. Stay tuned for more. And that's a wrap on today's explosive news. We saw Mickey Lee evicted in a shocking 6-1 vote, ending the pre-jury phase of Big Brother 27. Vince's usual pleas didn't work on the new HOH, highlighting a shift towards accountability. Ashley survived a tough nomination, and the game is heating up as we head into the jury phase. Don't miss a single moment. hit that like button, subscribe to Pump Talk News, ring the notification bell, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Plus, follow us on all social media platforms for even more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.